of Group B in the Asia Cup qualifiers sees China and Chinese Taipei face off here in Pampanga in the Philippines. You're inside the foundation gym as we're just about to get ready for player introductions for what hopefully for Chinese Taipei will be a much more competitive game than the loss they had, the 115-66 loss of a few days ago. Top two will qualify for the Asia Cup, and the third team will progress to the qualification group. So China and Japan very comfortably in those first two spots. Chinese Taipei looking to cement that place in third spot in the additional qualification group.
This is a Group B matchup between China and Chinese Taipei. And now let's meet the lineup first for Chinese Taipei.
Chinese Taipei, as I say, trying to recover from the 66-115 loss to China. And looking to build this group. And Coach Parker has 10 of these guys in that bracket of 25 and under. So the future is good for this team. They need to build that real experience of national team basketball. There's nothing like it. It's only being part of it where you can get that experience. So it's Chinese Taipei. If it's a better performance than the 66-115 loss from the other day, then they're moving in the right direction.
And now the lineup for China.
So China ranked 29 on the FIBA rankings at the moment. Always looking for the right balance, the right unit. Only one of these players played in the World Cup in China.
Number 5, Zhu Mingchen.
Of 2 years ago.
Number 8, Zhang Jianlin.
And who'd have known 2 years ago when that was going on, we'd have been through what we've been through. But
Number 14,
through the work of a lot of individuals, this Asia qualifiers are going to get finished so that we can look forward to a great championship in August.
Number 25, Zhao Yanhao. Head coach for China is Du Feng. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Olympic song of Chinese Taipei.
I have the national anthems, starting with Chinese Taipei.
And now the national anthem of China.
Well, no fans are nothing like a national anthem to put some perspective onto a game. 3 referees, Mr. Jardel, Mr. Pascal, and Mr. Marafan from Indonesia, and Mr. Pascual is from the Philippines. Take charge of
from the Philippines.
This game.
Delegate, Mr. Andrew Tang from the Philippines. And the game director, Mr.
So Chinese Taipei look like they'll finish third in this group, which will get them into the additional qualifier, which in some ways is what this group needs. It needs games. It needs games at this level. Mohamed Gadiaga just gone through shot, 23-year-old forward. Size is always the issue. And in the previous game, inside dominance and points in transition for China. This starting lineup. And Jonah Morrison gets the start spot, which I think he's earned, and he's played particularly well both inside and outside the young 21-year-old 2'3" center. Coach Charles Parker been in this role for a number of years now, and it's a rebuilding team, a team that I think he believes could actually make some waves. It's not that long ago they found themselves in the top 4 of an Asia Cup, 2013, and some historic performances on that run. So they know how to compete as an organization. They've made some decisions about bringing younger players into the group, and you've got to think they're looking not just at Indonesia in August, but beyond. World Cup qualification coming up, World Cup in this part of the world with the Philippines, Japan, and Indonesia hosting. Here's the starting lineup for China. Xiao Peng, number 10, really did impress in the game so far in this competition window. But the guard play of Giao Wu is impressive. 16 points in the first game between these two teams for Coach Du Feng. Well, the challenge is clear for Chinese Taipei. Can they restrict opportunity? Can they keep China to the perimeter? They shot under 30% from the three-point line, even in the huge win the other day. So whether it's trying to zone or whether it's to sag, they've got to find a way to pack the middle and take away those inside options. And that starts and finishes by taking care of the basketball. Chinese Taipei haven't done a bad job at taking care of it. And then doing whatever you can. There's no way they're going to be able to compete on the glass. They've got to do whatever they can to just minimize the damage done with second and third shots. So for the obvious reasons, the neighbors, when it comes to playing in any international competition, there's always a little bit extra riding on a local derby. And nothing different here. Chinese Taipei incredibly motivated to get back in this and not be on the wrong end of the huge loss that they suffered earlier in this competition window. So welcome to the Philippines. China in the white uniform, Chinese Taipei in the blue. Right off the bat, the easy two with a soft throwdown. And not the start you want if you're Chinese Taipei. As Peng Shu gets the two. Lee in the half court will start things off, and Shea has it, moves it on. Nice pass, easy two, nice little pass by Jonah Morrison. Does it all for a big man. He's going to have to do a lot tonight. His primary job, try to do some work on the glass. Turner over on the pick and roll. 4-on-3 break here. Chinese Taipei to the races, will kick. The open three's turned down. They're going to move it. Good decision. Time with a basketball is important. The step back three off the dribble is no good. And the issue for them is they had better looks than that earlier in the shot clock, turned them down, as we're going to get a replay of the first 2 points with the dunk. Not the way to start the basketball game. China in the half court. No help, easy two. That great recognition, everybody turned their head. And the easy layup. Away Xiao. Morrison out top. All bounces around, ball will stay with Chinese Taipei, but only 3.3 seconds on the possession. More than enough time to run something. Everybody's heads turn. Morrison's late, as he literally gets he's far too late. Zhou Wei gets the two. Morrison puts up the foul line, jump shot, and knocks it down for two. Morrison starts the game with the assist and the two. His performances continue to impress. China again trying to go to work on the inside. Nice little step through, better defensive effort. They just got to get on the glass. Ball's knocked away. Morrison comes down with that great effort. Chinese Taipei have a chance to run. Morrison on the second trowel will hand it off. And Seng out top. Turns down the handoff. Morrison drops in another bounce pass. They move the ball. Step through for the two, and will go to the foul line as Lin Jianghang. And it's going to be tough for Chinese Taipei, but that's the type of game they have to put on the floor. Share the ball, move the ball, try and move the defense to create opportunity to attack the ring. And then they've just got to really be unselfish. You know, forced shots against the bigger opponent is not the way they're going to stay in this. It's a much better start than the game the other day where they trailed literally 29-7 early in the game, and it was just uphill from then. And it became uphill running in mud as well. They just couldn't get back in it. Much better start, though, by the team in blue. The step back from the three-point line is good. Zhou Wei gets it. Still not the purest looking three, but good enough to give China the 7-6 early advantage. Han Xiang moves it on. Penetration, kick, just about gets it there. Gonna have to put this one up, turn it over. Chance to run. Grant goes inside. Big second step. Morrison's going to be under pressure the whole game. Shen Xiaoji was doing a great job with that second step. The three replay. Makes the first. 1 for 2 for Shen Jiaji. And Chinese Taipei into the half court. A much better start. Tempo is all important for Chinese Taipei in this game. Spending time with the basketball is key. Morrison fires up. The three is off. Pass really made him go reach for the ball. China trying to keep the tempo high. Second trowel, wide open trowel three is off. And the throwdown is... Shen Jiaji gets the throwdown. Great challenge at the other end, playing at both ends of the floor. And discipline and control out the window that time. Off the glass, and one. And Zhu Peng gets the two. And this is what will happen to Chinese Taipei. If they take early shots and miss, as they did, China will run it right back and will get to the high percentage areas, will get shots they want. There's only one way Chinese Taipei can stay in this. That's keeping the tempo under control, taking away opportunities to get to the ring and asking China to beat them from beyond the three-point line. A 13-6 start, whistle on the play. Cue on the sideline, inbounds, and Chinese Taipei in the half court. Sideline pick and roll. Attack the middle. Not sure you want to collapse and dive to it. Space, not traffic you want to create. China have done a good job this time. Chinese Taipei trying to hold up the tempo. Nice pass to the inside. Foul's going to get called on Lan Xiaofu. Does a good job and then recovering. Just needs to recover to contact. Shenji was right under the ring. And Xiaofu needs to, when he recovers, go and find the contact. In Zhenhong steps out. Chinese Taipei on the wrong end of the 13-6 margin. And there's a turnover. Chinese Taipei, hands in the lane, getting the deflection. Measure your defensive productivity through those deflections is always a good way to see where you are. Second turnover for China. One of those little periods that Chinese Taipei are going to have in this game. They've just dried up a little bit. It's not a problem right now as long as they find a way to tick the scoreboard over. Nice flare off the screen. It's just not an option. Penetration and kick, it's just got to be more patient. Nice drive is no good. Ball rebounds long. She has it. In traffic, is foul from behind. And just mental breakdowns again. Aiswan will foul from behind. Already stopped the dribble, didn't have to foul. Shenji on the free throw line. Official seems to have a problem with something on the Chinese bench. I think doesn't like a member of the delegation who maybe shouldn't be there. Obviously, in normal circumstances, you have to be licensed to be on the bench. In this current circumstances, everyone knows exactly where they're supposed to be. In the half court. Chia has it. Steps in for the long two. Hits the front of the ring. And the scoring drought continues. And obviously every miss generates Chinese fast break. Open three from the corner is good. While they're answering the question about can they shoot the three, Wu Quan gets the three-point shot away in rhythm, knocks it down 18-6. And without putting it too strongly, Chinese Taipei have to score. And score quick and score soon. Little floater in the lane. Got to relax on the release. Comes up with a turnover straight back. Turn it down, attack the penetration. Great decision to remove to spread the floor, but then the tough shot. And they've just got to be disciplined in the shot selection. Pick and roll, going down low. Little one-handed pass is just recovered. Open three is short. And as a team, they box out and come down with it. Chinese Taipei in transition. Open three is off. Defensive rebound pulled in by Yan Hao. And this is much more like Chinese tempo to at the offensive end. Foul called. It's a man and boy move by Shen Ji. Just gets it down low and just says, you're too small, you can't deal with me. And China going 5 for 5. The fifth one of those substitutions will wait until after the free throws, as long as it's made. Morrison checks back in. And the big man, Wu Qianxing, 225, 21 years old. To say he has a bright future is an understatement. It's his athleticism for that size that's the impressive thing. He can run the floor. Had 16 points in the game from a few days ago. And Chinese Taipei stuck on 6 with 3:30 to go in the quarter one. Morrison's the man who relieves the pressure. Attack it. Little floater in that gap. Off the glass is good for 2. Wu Qiaochan. Morrison was good on the help. Really did generate the miss. Chance to run the other way. They look long. That's going to get, just about finds the target. And the great finish under pressure. Wu Xiaoxin gets the 2. Much better from Chinese Taipei. Chance to get a stop and get this to single digits. They're going to have to double down low. Otherwise, it's just a little bit too easy. That's it. Take away the space. Great recovery. Chinese Taipei after the races again. Now they've got to have some discipline and keep the ball moving. Morrison thinks about it, turns it down. Good decision, but he puts it up. And that's why it was a bad decision. Not in rhythm. Shot because he didn't think he had another option. Not because he wanted to. We're going to go offensive foul, I think, on the screen.
Offensive foul on
The Liu Qianxing picks up the personal. This is a nice finish here because could have easily panicked, worried about the size, had good angle on the glass and finished really well, did Wu Xiaojin. Morrison out top will hand off. Gadiega backs out a little bit. Now he attacks it, draws the contact. Again, really good discipline by the Chinese Taipei roster. And Gadiega will go to the free throw line, or should go to the free throw line. Chance to make this an 8-point game. Yu Shanxing sits as China go to a, let's just call it a small ball lineup. Again, makes the first. Got to stay in it long enough to believe you're competitive. If you get down early and you're expecting to lose, it's really hard mentally. So staying in this, I assume he must have stepped on the line, and so it was a lane violation. And they're going to call the foul on Liu Changxing. And when you're 20 meters from the basket and you're in a team foul situation, it's not the smartest decision you'll ever make. Ming Xuan on the free throw line. Makes the first. Only 23 years old. Had 12 points in the win against Chinese Taipei earlier here in the Philippines. And goes 2 for 2. China up the floor will trap the inbound pass, but Chinese Taipei beat it through the air. There you go with the three, is short. Great hustle, but he's going to throw that away. Mohamed Gadiaga. Take that one, you got to make that one. Last 2 minutes of the first quarter, and at least Chinese Taipei appear to have stopped the bleeding. Ball hits the side of the ring. Gadiaga has a chance to push. Almost run out of numbers. Great pass, little ball fake for the easy two. We've got a single-digit game as Su Shi-Husan gets the two in transition. Nice ball fake. Ball turned over again, and China going through a really bad spell at the moment. And there's a reaching foul. And Jiang Zhenlin compounded the turnover with the foul. It's a nice pass, super pass. And the controlled finish for the two. Shi-Husan gets another 2 points to add to his increasing total. Xiang misses the first. Cuts it to an 8-point game. Just over 120 to go in quarter one. He'll sit. Ming Xuan gets to the far side of the ring. Tough finish. Used his body so well to protect the basketball. Guadiega moves it on. We'll get it back. They're going to try and space the floor here. Guadiega penetrates, kind of to the wing for the three. It's no good. Guadiega gets the offensive rebound whistle already on the play. Great effort on the glass. Watch this, protects it, gets away with a little push off, but in that much traffic, there's gonna be contact. Dre on the free throw line. Misses the second. They've literally got to be perfect in all those areas of the game where they can keep this competitive, and free throws is one of those areas. Foul line jump shot is good. Just too simple on the penetration as Xu Ji gets the easy two-pointer. Another holding foul, and Chinese Taipei will shoot the throws. So after that period where Chinese Taipei really dried up from the floor, get a chance to cut this to a single-digit margin. And again, they only go 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And it's going to be so much more difficult if they can't take advantage of points there. China trying to hold for the last shot of this first quarter. Bing Xuan has it, puts it on the floor, kicks to the corner, the 2-3 zone. Forces the miss, but they give up the offensive rebound, and the putback is good. And Xu Ji gets the putback. They had a look at the 2-3 zone, which did force the pad perimeter shot, but gave up the offensive rebound. And there's the problem. You saw, it's the great thing about replays. Swan just floated. If he'd have put his body on the shooter, they'd have secured the defensive rebound. So China, at the end of the first quarter, have the 28-16 advantage over Chinese Taipei. Stats-wise, again, China still only shooting 33%, but Chinese Taipei, who are going to need to make threes, have yet to knock one down. But more importantly, have shot poorly from the free throw line. Let's take a look at the best action from that first quarter. And that Charles Parker would have talked before the game about protecting the keyway, forcing China to take the perimeter shot. And the stats just bear it out. 33% from the three-point line, nearly 60% from two. And the gap, and at the offensive end, the gap between the three-point line and the keyway is an area where it really should be. It's almost old school mid-range basketball for Chinese Taipei. If they can get into that gap and knock down shots, they've got a chance of staying in this. But then there's the last play of the quarter. What could have been a 10-point game ends up being a 12-point game purely on a defensive breakdown. You can get all the information you need about the Asia Cup on the Asia Cup app. Download it for free from your normal source and follow your team. Follow all the details, get all the stats, any breaking news, all through the app. And get involved. Inside, outside kick to the open three is long, and they still dried right up from the three-point line. Get a new full team note. Chun gets it off. Penetration, right hand, blows the layup. There's Xu Suan. And China in transition, looking to build on the 12-point lead. Great defensive effort down low. And the three is just buried. It's about picking your poison. They're going to make threes, but they're making a lot less threes than they are when they get to the ring in transition. Chinese Taipei with the basketball. Chai Chun moves it on. Open three. Finally make one. Xiao Jie gets the three. It's much better effort defensively. Challenging the passing lane, but looking to help, looking to fill the middle. Great rotation underneath as well. Right hand layup off the glass is no good. Offensive rebound, and Wang Xiaoji will go to the free throw line. And there's the challenge. Great defensive effort. Tremendous defensive effort throughout the play. Here's the missed three, or their made three from earlier on. Xiaojie on the free throw line. And missed free throws becomes contagious. He misses the first. Goes 1 for 2. China expend the defense, three-quarter court, man-to-man pretty much. Chinese Taipei, combination of penetration on the dribble and pass, beats the pressure. Got to move off the ball. Sankab off the ball and turn down the open look. Shen Hyung checks in. Five seconds on the possession. Gonna have to put this up. Off the glass for two. Nice little move. Created the space in the angle. Wu Chia-chun. And they may have to foul like that, because China's transition is good. So they came out of the conceding the basket, ran it in, and Chinese Taipei hadn't set the defense. So in that situation, take the foul, force them to the sideline. Ball's knocked away. Xiaoji has it on the baseline, and he steps out of bounds. Good effort. Again, Chinese Taipei filling the middle. Got to get it over, just about do. And again, they had better options. They end up with a tough layup, but they get the offensive rebound. Chance of a new full team reset. They take a tough one, move the basketball. Yeah, if there's a double team as there was there, where the help had come and committed, got to be people open. Got to share the ball, and that patience is, and they're going to get a new 14 for the kick ball. Great effort by Li Han Sheng. Go long, out of bounds. Would love to score on this possession. They've had 3 or 4 attempts. There's a whistle on the play. The patience was good. Wu Chia-chan, who's having a really nice second quarter, will go to the free throw line to get this back to single digits. And China will continue with a 5-for-5 policy. but still just goes 1 for 2. Chinese Taipei down at 58% from the free throw line. You got a mountain to climb. You don't make that mountain higher by missing free throws. Easy 2 on the nice penetration as Shen Ji gets set. China showed the 2-3 zone and try to match up in that zone. Chinese Taipei have got to attack the gaps. Pass or pedal, nice job. Open 3. Just what they wanted to happen. Get into the gaps, the seams of the zone, draw the defense, collapse it, kick it for the open look. Just over 6 minutes to go in the half. And that's going to be a blocking foul. Well, both teams struggling from the free throw line at the moment. Ji misses the first of the 2. Makes the second. Trying to again extend the defense. Little 2-2-1 trap. Need a pass, find one. Morrison wide open, in rhythm, drains the 3 from the corner. And we've got a 7-point game here. Zhao has it into the half court. Off the high screen for the 3 is no good. And the ball will go back to Chinese Taipei. Shaiji was all over the offensive boards, but couldn't control it. Here's Morrison. Yeah, that one's the quicker in the rhythm. If you're going to shoot the 3, shoot it with some belief. Chance to cut this to a 5 or a 4-point game on this possession. Trying to go back man to man. Sheng has it. Out top, needs a pass, needs to move the basketball. 4 seconds on the shot, it's going to have to go up. Penetration, left hand gets to the middle, drops it. It's going to be a 24 violation, but China have it, 3-on-2 break. Easy 2. Wu Xiang gets down the floor quicker than anybody else. Morrison from the opposite corner, can't get that one to go. And foul mid-court. That'll be the 4th team foul with still 5 minutes to go in the half for Chinese Taipei. I mean, the issue for Chinese Taipei, it's both ends. They need to be very, very effective with the basketball. Their movement away from the ball has to be good. They have to keep it moving. And if they do that and they're balanced offensively, they're not going to get into a bad situation in terms of defensive transition, which is where they got to on that last, the last replay. Inside, outside, they take the 3 from the corner and just fill it up. And continues to impress. There's Xiao Peng. He's one of the vets on this team. Had 16 points against Japan in the win with 4 threes. But 2'6", the 31-year-old. Peng and Zhang Fei, the only players over 30 on this Chinese team. Chinese Taipei take the timeout.
有耐心，我讲我有耐心的去往下一拉，懂吗？哦，然后记住在做台北的时候，这时候会有很多，他会走很多 under， 上来挡这个人走掉的时候，他会走这边，所以这个人会回来的时候，这个1号，在这个地方的时候传不了球，你要移动，你要随着他的人移动，懂我的意思吗？你不能站在这边，往这边没有机会，一给5号就走了。
Well, Cheng Chai-lung, the assistant coach, took most of that time out for Chinese Taipei. Did a lot of work in previous games in this bubble, especially on special offensive situations or changing offensive sets. They need to come down here, 40-28. They'd love to go into the half in single digits. It's such an important period of the game, these last 5 minutes of this first half. China is scoring freely. Chinese Taipei, little combination. Just reduce that scoring and just stay positive and keep moving away. It's too much dribble here. It's all in front of the defense. So the defense knows exactly where it is. Move the ball through the air. Try and turn the defense. Well, the defense sagged off. The open three is good. Chia gets the three. Gu Chia. The defense just sagged right off him. Nice duck in. Gets away with a little walk. Gets the 2 to drop. Xiao Peng. Sheng gets all the way to the hoop for 2. And Coach Du Feng is going to have a look at that defensive effort at the moment, because Chinese Taipei getting far too many open looks. The 3 is long and not in rhythm at all. Chinese Taipei at pace, look to push. Morrison will hand off. Repositioned on the screen, looks to get advantage on the inside, needs a touch and doesn't get it. The open 3 is long. Chance for China to establish that tempo. Transition 3 is no good. And they get a new full team. Tough move. Tough move. I think he gets away with a travel here before he puts it on the floor, but once he puts it on the floor, that's pretty tough. Yeah, it looked like he stepped and then picked up the pivot foot, but it's pretty tough to defend when they change the pivot foot like that. But Morrison picks up the personal. Once he got going, Shenji, that was tough. The 2'11" center looking mobile. And he makes the free throw. Back out to a 12-point advantage. If it grows going into the half, it's a real issue for Chinese Taipei. If they can maintain or reduce, ideally, they're right in it. Nice pass, inside out, open 3. Morrison turns down the 3. Opens up the middle, takes the tough one. Again, don't take the tough one. There's time on the shot clock. If it's a tough one, move it on. Early post, in transition, off the glass for 2. And that's a little man and boy time. Just too much size catching the ball that deep. Morrison gets the soft touch for 2, and they really needed those 2 to drop. And Morrison comes through again, putting in a shift. Joe, turnover the other way. And they got numbers down the floor here. And sloppy, but get it back. Extra pass to the corners wide open. They turn down the 3. That's a poor pass. And China come back the other way. Every time they have an opportunity, Chinese Taipei, they have to take it. 47-35, last 2 minutes of the half. Whistle on the play, which is going to be called offensive. Offensive is going to be called on Wu Huan with the push-off. Chinese Taipei, 150 to go in the half. To keep this tight and close and in range. They've got to play a great 150 and hopefully end up 10 or less. Chai has it, gets it off, and Gadiaga is checked in. Can't be passive. Penetration, kick. Gadiaga tries to be cute, gets it back, lines up the three, is in and out. No one in a blue shirt went to the glass. Well, line up the trowel three is short. Morrison gets it, has to bring it. Morrison turns down the trowel three. Singh moves it on. Gadiaga going baseline, in the traffic, penetrates, kicks, the three is long. But the tempo was good. And they get another stop. Now they look long. Should be an unopposed layup to get it to 10. And 40 seconds just over to go in the half. And China lead this by 10, 47-37. And China's turnovers and their lack of defense is going to be a real concern for Coach Du Feng. Peng outside, moves it on. Nice penetration, tough shot, can't get it to go. But Morrison is stripped, and they give up the easy two, what could have been an 8 or a 7-point game. Now they're going to struggle, they're taking forever to get it in. Gadiaga goes with the right hand, in traffic, off the glass, kisses it for two, but gives China the time to get the shot away. The three doesn't go. We've reached the half, and Chinese Taipei have hung tough. China, with a lot to talk about at the halftime, lead this one by 10, 49-39. Chinese Taipei right in this, and they've found a way to compete. And they've found a way to compete without getting particularly hot, should we say, for the three-point line. Still at 27%, but every other number increases. And if you take away the 58% from the free throw line, Chinese Taipei have done a nice job. Rebound-wise, it's always going to be a challenge. But 12 assists to 11 assists for Chinese Taipei give you another indication of why they're in this. Morrison had another good half. Shen was excellent for the Chinese national team as he leads all scorers. So we're going to get a look now at the first half best actions. Bit predictable at the start of the game. China were inside and outside. They were on the glass. Built the early double-digit lead, but Chinese Taipei, after their first time out, found a way to compete, found a way to control tempo. And while they had some breakdowns, more decisions than anything else, that really did give them the opportunity to compete and get back in this game. Chinese guards still continue to impress. Their tempo is good, their ability to score. But a much improved performance by Chinese Taipei. And when they had the chance to run, but their issue is every now and again there's a lapse. That was the end of the first quarter, which they gave up the offensive rebound. This Chinese team is good enough without Chinese Taipei giving them easy options or having mental breakdowns. That was the first of the threes for Chinese Taipei. Once they made one, there was so much more confidence and consistency that they were able to stay in the game.
Gets the target. Now a three. Foul, and it's good. Oh, great possession in the end for Japan. Nice little pick and roll play and an easy finish at the ring. Gonna dip Jaguaren right down the middle. He is one of the stars of this Thai team. Sorry, that was the fourth foul against Japan as they go up high, as Zhao Qi gets the lob. Two more for him. He has been more than a thorn in the side. Sushi trying to find some open roster, eventually behind the back, and Schaffer lays it up. Beautiful play at the end of the shot clock from Japan. Rossiter behind the back dish off. About the early three. Now they'll slow it down, get a little bit organised, wait for everybody to get there. The backdoor cut. What a pass, and the finish from Yunseok Yao. Yao makes the cut. Great recognition on the pass. Look at that, absolutely on the money.
Well, welcome back. Chinese Taipei and China at half-time. of this Asia basket qualifier. Chinese Taipei, the 67th ranked team on the Nike FIBA rankings. Have really done well in that first half. They had a real flat point where they were pointless for 4 or 5 minutes in the first quarter, but since then they've done a really nice job at getting back in this, getting it to a single-digit game. It's just a simple equation. If they can do they're never going to stop China getting on the glass. But just got to reduce the second chance opportunities. If they reduce those by 3 or 4, that's obviously 3 or 4 opportunities less for China. If they can then, down the other end of the floor, spend time with the basketball like they did early, share it, look for high percentage shots, and not try and take too many shots under pressure from the bigger defender. If they can do that, they've got ways to score. It's very, very difficult to maintain that sort of discipline for a whole game. And you need to score from the perimeter. You need to knock down those open threes, and they can't have negative performances on any stat line. And their 58% from the free-throw line is really hurting them at the moment. Morrison was very good in the first half, as he has been throughout this bubble. And Morrison, the 21-year-old center, the only player over 2 meters on this Chinese Taipei team. So he has a huge responsibility, and he is really stepping into that role. Has come up with an excellent performance and performances across this whole competition bubble. Well, my Mandarin Chinese is not up to much, but you do not need to know the actual content to know the seriousness and the fact that Coach Du Feng is not the happiest coach in the world. His team has allowed a team that they dominated a few days ago to break them down defensively, and they've been outworked by them at times, and that's something that he'll never be able to understand. This Chinese team, as we've said, apart from the 2 veterans at 31 years old of Peng and Zhao Fei, a lot of players in that 21, 23, 24 bracket. Interesting lineup that they've taken to this Philippines competition window. Only 1 player that played in the World Cup, Zhao Zhuai, 25-year-old guard. So just about to start this 3rd quarter. And for Chinese Taipei, the equation is simple. Stay in it. Don't let China build this 10-point lead into a 16, 18-point lead. Try and get it into single digits. Try and that will keep pressure on China. Still too high scoring for China. 49 points and a half, too many for Chinese Taipei. So they've got to find a way to reduce that. The back screen and the pop, better box out effort, but China will retain it. Far side of the ring for the 2 is good by Mang Xuan. Chinese Taipei in the half court. Tempo is much better for them. If they could keep it at this tempo, it'd be a very interesting second half. Little flare off the back screen. Step back for the long 2 is no good. Chance to run. Brown has it. Too many white shirts in the key wave. Got to space the floor. Far side of the ring, just a bully move. Oh, they're going to call the offensive foul. And too much of a bully move as Shen Ji. So again, China pick up, 3/4 court. Hang Sheng has it, moves it into the half court. Chinese Taipei, a lot of movement, has to stay active. Morrison comes to the top, ball dribble and handoff. Long 2, just towed the line, can't get it to go. Nice pass, can't get the 2-footer to go. We're going to have a foul on the play. And Zhao Peng will be disappointed he didn't make the first one. Zhao Peng on the free throw line. It's a hometown roll. Drops the first. Chinese Taipei, even though they're looking to spend time with the basketball, have to be sharp, have to be playing still at that high tempo without forcing shots. That's the difficulty. They can't slow up. If they slow up, they're not in rhythm. Hang Sheng has it. A lot of action away from the basketball. Good movement. Can't let the ball stick. Defense by China. It's containing the penetrations. Exceptional. Nice cut. Foul is on Hu Ming Kwan. And Chinese Taipei will have it on the baseline. Good reaction by China to Coach Du Feng. Obviously not happy with the first half. Much better effort defensively, containing the penetration. Down to 7 on the possession. Nowhere to go here. Chinese defense is exceptional. Morrison has to take the tough 2, gets it to go. And Morrison again shows when his country needed him, he was the man to step up. Good block. Chance for Chinese Taipei in transition. Mid-court foul as Shang Ji takes one for the team. Both the big centers for China really mobile. Shang Ji and Sheng Xing are 2'11", 225 tall. Both can run the floor. Both good lateral speed, and at 21 years old and 23 years old, they still have a huge future. Morrison's going to be charged with the offensive foul, which I think his face tells you what he thinks of that one. Nice pass, easy two. Ming Xuan, great little cut, but the dribble away from the direction of the cut just froze the defense. The three is dropped from deep. Chen Yu Wei with a three. Back to an 11-point game, and they're still hanging in here, Chinese Taipei. It's impressive. Long three without being in rhythm at all for Hens Lin is no good. And Chinese Taipei a chance to cut this to single digits. And the issue with the three before is we get a replay of the nice little pick and roll with a small player on the screen. Is inside, outside. Chinese Taipei again on the move for three is no good. Defensive rebound, chance for China to run. They look to push. Great drive and one. Ming Xuan again. The ball wasn't stopped. Head just took it to the ring strong, gets the contact, goes a chance to make this a 14-point margin. No one stepped up to slow the ball down. He just got too deep. And the unfortunate thing for Chinese Taipei is that Morrison picks up the foul. And he's going to have to sit. Ten points for Hu Mingwan. And Chinese Taipei very small on the floor right now. Huge pressure on Hu Sun, number 17. The 197 center going up against the 211 center. He's got to box out, got to do a job on the glass. Xie goes up, blows, did all the hard work, gets to the ring. Chance to run for China. 2-on-1 break, easy two. Yan Hao benefits to the two. 5 points for him personal. Again, they're getting deep on the possession. Feet set, open for three is good. Hu Shixuan with the three. Back to 13, and they just won't go away tonight. Ming Xuan has a look at his options, has to back it out. Looks to get to the second side. The ball's get static. When it gets static, they're right in it, Chinese Taipei. The poor three by Pang is no good. And the ball goes back to Chinese Taipei. Xiao Peng, you're going to get a replay of the fast break two for Yan Hao, but if Chinese Taipei can stop China in transition and get the ball to stick, like any team, China's struggling to get what they want offensively. So it's just got to be an effort by 5 guys in blue shirts to get back, match up, funnel out, pick up their guy in transition. Pick and pop action, little back cut, needs a pass, gets one. The tough three is no good. Yu Xi never really on balance. And then second side. Zhang goes up, but I think the whistle goes on the floor. That'll be the 4th team foul for Chinese Taipei. Second reset, 4:52 remain in the third quarter. Key moment, I think, this next 3-4 minutes. Chinese Taipei trying to hang in. Off the glass, doesn't get it to drop. Shen Saiji will go to the free throw line.
That's his third personal foul.
2 And the first of the 3 throws is a miss. This is Coach Du Feng. Is it that moment in a game where he thinks he's in control of it? He always felt from the beginning that they were in control of it, but Chinese Taipei just won't go away. Both free throws are missed. We've got a whistle on the play. And we're going to spend some more time shooting 3 throws. Lu Wenpo on the free throw line. Another one of these 23-year-olds, the 194 big guard from the Xijin club. Makes the first. Chance to make this a 15-point game, and it's getting dangerous. Then as a margin, misses the second. And China will stay with the basketball. And again, lack of size, lack of box out. Comes back to give Chinese Taipei some nightmares. Ball released. It's such a good, well executed out of bounds. Wu Quan was the inbounder, came off 3 screens as they staggered those screens. And he came back to the ball in rhythm, knocked down the 3. Chinese Taipei could take the time out here. Easy 2 on the break. As we said, dangerous moments. It gets to 14 and you're not sure where you are. They don't box out. They get the 3, which is this play, to open it out to a 17-point game, and then a quick 2 in transition. And all of a sudden, from being 10, it's now 19. And Chinese Taipei have dug a hole. And this timeout is their first opportunity to stop digging. Well, you're going to go as far as saying that Hugh, being one, has 13 points, but you've got to go as far as saying that Chinese Taipei need to score coming out of this timeout. Get a couple of stops, get it back towards 10 and getting it away from 20. Otherwise, this gets nasty in the 4th quarter. Penetration, kick. They've got to take the shot in rhythm. 6 on the shot clock. Now they've got to work hard to get one. Going to have to take up a tough one from the 3-point line. Just about catches the front of the ring. And then China in transition, missed the layup. And Chinese Taipei dodged the bullet. Got to take the open one. It's good for 3. Wu Xiaojin gets the first part of the deal here. Gets the score. Now they need to stop. And they get the steal. 2-on-1 break. Little ball fake. Easy 2. Liu Changxiang cuts it to 14. Nice response coming out of the timeout. Little flare off the glass for 2 is no good. Defensive rebound, that's the next part of the deal. They get a score and a stop, and a score and a stop. So Chinese Taipei on their way back. Open 3 is short and no one contests the rebound. China in transition, look to push off the glass for 2 is good. Got to stop the ball early, Chinese Taipei. Beautiful push by Wu Quan. Got to make China get into the half court. Great cut, great pass, but they don't run it to score. And then they'll take the tough one in the lane. And too many decisions like that. Hu with the miss down that end. China down in response will go to the free throw line. Gadiaga is going to check in for Chinese Taipei. Zhao Zhui checks in for China. As does Zhu Peng. Two from the line. Chinese Taipei having to do it all again. Gadiaga moves it on. Hit the second side. Mid-range jump shot, feet set for two is no good. China hunt that one down as Zhao Zhui has it, gives it up. Yeah, Yan Hao on the penetration. Kicks for Xiao Peng to hit the three. And China's starting to roll this one away now. 13 points. Personal for Xiao Peng. Gadiaga outside the three-point line, drops it into the high post. Great work on the glass by Wu Xiaojin. Can't get the two to drop, but has an opportunity to get this back under 20. 73-52, deep in the third. Xiao Peng continues to impress throughout this competition window. Yet another missed three throw for Chinese Taipei. Second is good, so we're at a 20-point game, 1:23 to go in the third. Well, ball stolen, knocked away. Ball will stay with Chinese Taipei. Still only 6 turnovers for Chinese Taipei. It tells you it's not about their inability to control the basketball. That's not in question here. Their rebound weaknesses, yep, but it's sometimes it's their shot selection. Nice pass. Gadiaga has it on the inside, nowhere to go. Has to back out, down to 4, takes the tough 2. And no one again competes on the offensive glass. China have a chance to increase this to over 20 points. Whistle on the play as Shen Ji was going to work on the inside. He'll go to the free throw line.
Followed by number 16, penalty situation for Chinese Taipei. That's his third. 2 free throws for Shen Ji.
That's the second. Iliaga, hands off, cuts, doesn't receive. You're going to wipe that one off. Wu Chia-chun. Disappointed with that one. So China will hold for the last shot of the third quarter. They go high pick and roll, turn down the screen. Peng with a three is off. Offensive rebound, that's tough. What a finish. Zhao Zhuai with the putback. Worked so hard to get the offensive rebound, then had enough presence, got himself balanced, kisses the glass for two. And China underline a dominant third period, and they lead this one 76-53. %63% from the two-point range. 25 free throws as well for China. It just underlines the physicality problem that they have. Let's have a look at the best plays of that third quarter. China really stepped it up at the start of the third defensively. Really did make Chinese Taipei work so hard for anything they got. They got their fast break going. And then to compound issues for Chinese Taipei, Jonah Morrison had to sit as he picked up foul trouble. And Hu Mingxuan had a really nice quarter. So China really did establish control of the game in the third quarter. 27-14 in the quarter. The lowest points total for Chinese Taipei. The defensive pressure turned up by China in that third quarter. Really did. Their defense led to offense. Their transition points really did grow during that third period. And that leaves Chinese Taipei with a mountain to climb. But as we said right at the top of the game, for this young Chinese Taipei lineup, it really is about how much they can improve, how much they can learn, how much they can get better. Because this whole team, with the exception of two players, is between 26 and 21 years old. It's a group that's going to be together for a long time. Nice pass and cut. And Wu Chia-chun will go to the free throw line. Super little front cut. Gets the opportunity to get to the basket. And the free throw woes continue. Second one is good. They continue to shoot just over 50% from the line. Well, it looked like that Xu Peng was intent on throwing that pass regardless. And when the defense doubled down, I think it was Yao Wei was wide open up top, but he was intent on making the pass to the diver. The mid-range two is no good. Zhuai can't get it to drop. And Zhao Zhuai has it. And China into the half court. Nice pass, easy two. Zhao Peng with the two. Great challenge. It's a super challenge defensively by Shen Jiawei. It had no way of actually blocking it, but just challenged the shot. Forced the layup to be missed. Nice pass, easy two. All about the movement and the execution away from the ball. Zhuai with a nice pass. Penetration to the keyway produces nothing for Hung. Gediaga is going to fumble that, but recovers it. And the ball will stay with Chinese Taipei, but they trail by 26. Just about recover it, then just about recover it again. Gonna have to put it up. Chance for China to run the other way, but the officials said, no, we have to stop that one. This Chinese team defensively has got some length, this quickness. You know, going forward, they're going to be a very, very tough team to break down. $80 to 54, just under 8 to go. Suzy gets into the lane, little lean away by Peng. Nice work on the glass.
Shot clock at 12 seconds.
Chinese Taipei take the timeout. And that's just too easy. Wenbo with the easy two. And Chinese Taipei want to talk about it. So after the timeout, Chinese Taipei. I'm sure coaching-wise, we've done well in this game. We've been competitive in this game. We can't get sloppy down the end of the game. It's always about what's going to happen for Chinese Taipei for in the next few years, this game. Tough one off the glass, gets the drop. Morrison back in the game. when Bo doesn't get it to go. Chance to run for Chinese Taipei. Nice lift, open three is short. And we got a whistle on the play. The foul's going to be on Zhao Wei. New 14 for Chinese Taipei. Bing Wan needs a pass. Nice finish. Super move down the middle for Hu Sun. Gonna have a whistle. Foul's gonna be charged to Yue. 6:21. 82-58. China on the sideline. Yu Ji pulls up, doesn't get the roll. It's going to fall to Peng for two. Xu Peng, awareness, chases it down, gets the two. Has 19 personal. Another good night at the office for him. Nice pass. Everybody got lost on a switch that didn't happen. Just under 6 to go. And a .24 lead. Make that a 24-point lead as they missed the easy putback. About to find its way. It's all a little sloppy at the moment. Move to the hoop. Tough little turnaround is no good. Xia Hu-song can't get it to go. The three is in and out for Ji. Oh, the two is way short. Sushi Hu-san. Peng on the trowel will just slip to the ring. Mid-range two is no good. And Morrison keeps it alive for Chinese Taipei. And Morrison can't get the three to go. Defensive rebound falls into the hands of Ming Xian. And the pace is falling out of the game at the moment as China try to manage this last 3 or 4 minutes. Foul line jump shot is short. And the ball will go to Chinese Taipei. Wow, Yana Morrison putting in a shift for Chinese Taipei. Wu Xiaojin will check in for Chinese Taipei. Straight off the bench, straight into the hoop. Now Wu Xiaojin picks up more to go to 10 points. And turnover, Morrison comes up with 3-on-2, 4-on-3 break. Just find the open player. And there is the open player, wide open, and took forever to shoot the basketball. Penetration on the closeout, great finish for Chiang Xiang. And the ball will go straight back to Chinese Taipei, I believe. Chinese Taipei with a little flurry of points, get it back to a 20-point margin. Just over 3 to go, and they have the basketball. Jia Chen has it, moves it on, and they hit the second side. Much better. Ball movement is good. Hang Seng moves it on. Nice pass, and Morrison on a nice front little shuffle cut. Gets to the front of the ring and is fouled. With end-line possession, China having nowhere near the penalty yet. 14-second reset. Oh, try to be too smart for his own good. Needs a pass, finds one, and gets it back. Ming-Wan throws it away as Shen Ji was trying to post, overcooked the pass. Well, the idea was cute, but the execution of the pass, poor. Morrison acknowledges the bad pass. Two and a half to go of what's been a far improved, much improved performance by Chinese Taipei. And China have had to step it up themselves because their opponent has asked more questions. Nice kick to the corner, the extra pass. Out of control, can't go anywhere, too much traffic. Nice early pass, 2-on-1 break. Great execution. And Chinese Taipei through Wu Chia-chung get the 2. 12 points personal for the 174 guard. Zhao Wei gets China into the half court. And gets it back. Nice pass. That's a super pass. But Shen Zhao can't get the finish. Drops the first from the free throw line. Done well beating the press. It's what they get to here. They've got to be, again, not take the, almost take a breath. They've got to keep the ball moving. Tough 2 from the top of the D is good. Hang Seng picks up his 5th point. Morrison will hand it off. Whistle on the plate. Nice pass as Wu Xiaojin made the pass. Nice cut. And Seng will go to the free throw line. And Sushi fouls out. Last minute. Chance to make this an 18-point game, which they do. Great little crossover. And I'm not really sure where Zhao Jiawei's frustration came from. A lot about nothing, I would hope. Lu Wenbo has picked up a technical foul for what happened at the end of that. So they'll shoot the technical foul first. And then they're going to walk down the other end of the floor. And Zhao Jiawei will, I believe, shoot the free throws for the original foul. So 88-71. China have been challenged a lot more in this game than they were the game a few days ago by Chinese Taipei. But they really did assert themselves during that third quarter to break this game open. Second one is no good. Chinese Taipei. Whistle on the play. And more free throws. She swung with the first of the throws. And the foul's called unsportsmanlike. So the two free throws made and possession of the basketball. Let's take a look. That's I have no recollection of anything happening that would have generated the reaction from the Chinese players in the last couple of possessions, especially as they lead by as many points as they do. Morrison flips it, opens up for the layup, into the corner for the three, is no good. And China will secure it. They don't have to shoot it, but they're going to take it to the ring. Easy two. For Zhao Jiawei. And I assume Chinese Taipei will just walk this one off. And they will. So Chinese Taipei, having lost by 49 points in the game a few days ago, have done a much better job. And lose this one, 91-73, against the China national team that really did get asked some more questions and came up with most of the answers. And they continue to look like they are going in the right direction. There's the numbers, the only numbers that really matter, 91 and 73, but rebound, total dominance. Both teams passed the ball particularly well at times to have 20 and 19 assists respectively. But for 2 periods of the game, the China national team really did impose themselves on Chinese Taipei. And that opened up the margin. So Chinese Taipei, as I say, lost by 49 points a few days ago, much better. They took care of the basketball, got better shots, spaced the floor better, their tempo was better. So they're in the right direction. Let's take a look at the best actions of the second half. And the offensive end was pretty consistent for China, but where they really did step it up in that second half was they really made a statement with their defense. It really did make it very difficult for Chinese Taipei, especially early in that third quarter. And they turned the defense into points in transition. I mean, the 2 there for Yan Hao, Hui. Just an example of how that defensive pressure turned into points on the break. And another example is Huan, who had a really nice second half. And China, both inside and outside, pretty efficient. This team has some real solid credentials going forward. Young team, yes, with a couple of vets. But they have good size, they're good athletes. And with a couple of experienced veterans in the ranks. Come the Asia Cup in August, as always, China will be a team that will be wanting to compete for medals. Some tough teams in that competition, with obviously Australia and New Zealand alongside the traditional Asia countries. So that's something to look forward to in August. But for June and the qualification rounds, China, job done. Nice balance, inside and outside talent. Qualifying for the Asia Cup finals. Chinese Taipei will go through the additional qualifier, but they're moving in the right direction. Very, very young group for Chinese Taipei, a group with real potential. Let's take a look at the group with a 4-0 perfect record for China, and their 2 victories over Japan secure their #1 spot. Chinese Taipei look like they're secure in 3rd spot. All things looking good for Asia Cup in August. So for now, from the Philippines, hope you've enjoyed that one. It's been a privilege as always. Goodbye.